Good afternoon, Patna Sahib Singh Pathshala. I am Dr. Anurag Manna, Narayana Medical College, Gaya. We are here in Patna Sahib Singh Pathshala Civil Services class, CSAT class. It is CSAT class 6, class number 5, sorry. And we were studying percentage and average. And today we will continue with the same chapter. Solving questions in mathematics is not a problem in civil services aptitude paper. The real challenge is to solve them timely and correctly. Therefore, it demands practice on a regular basis, daily basis. Although I teach it only on Sunday, but you people have to solve 5 questions daily so that you are accustomed with solving the mathematical questions on a regular basis, so that you will be able to solve them in examination hall as a reflex. That will not require too much of recollection and calculation. You will do it very smoothly. So let us start with we have solved 5 questions on percentage and average. Today 5 more questions on percentage and average. The question number 6 is Mirage expenditure and savings are in the ratio 3:2. Mirage expenditure and savings are in the ratio 3:2. Her income increases by 10%. Income increases by 10%. And her expenditure increases by 12%. And her expenditure increases by 12%. By what percentage does her savings increase? By what percentage does her savings increase? In mathematical questions, we need to focus on 2 things. Number 1, what are the data that is already given and what I want to calculate. And remember, we have to calculate based on what the data is already given in the question itself. So come to the question. Miraj expenditure and savings are in the ratio of 3:2. Her income increases by 10% and her expenditure increases by 12%. By what percentage does her savings increase? Expenditure and savings. E upon S. Expenditure and saving is 3:2. Suppose it is 300 and 200. Expenditure is 300 and savings is 200. So this can be the 3:2 ratio. Her income increases by 10%. Income is equal to expenditure plus saving. So income will become, based on these things, 300 plus 200 is equal to 500. Now her income increases by 10%. 10% increase in income will become, new income will become, say I1. 10% means 50 plus 1 by 10 means new income will become 550. And now her expenditure increased by 12%. Expenditure 12%. New expenditure will become 12% increase in 300. It will be 12 into 3, because 12 increase in 12 is the increase in 100, so in 300 it will be 36. So it will be 336. New expenditure will become 336. By what percentage does their savings increase? So new saving will become income minus expenditure. So 550 minus 336 is equal to 214. So the new earlier saving was 200, and now the new saving becomes 214. So increase in percentage, by what percentage does savings increase? So increase in saving will be S1 minus S, means 214 minus 200 equal to 14. This 14 is the increase out of 200. So percentage increase in saving will be increase in saving divided by original saving, that is S into 100. It means 14 divided by 200 into 100. 7. So percentage increase in saving will become 7%. I think there is no difficulty in understanding this problem. Expenditure and savings are in ratio of 3:2. So expenditure divided by saving 3 divided 2. Let us say it is 300 and 200, because it is ratio. So taking 200 and 300, 300 divided by 200 does not make any difference. So in expenditure 300, saving is 200. Total income will become 300 plus income is equal to expenditure plus saving. So income will become 500. Now the income increases by 10%. So 10% increase in income will be 50. 10% of 50 will be 50. 10% of 500 will be 50. So in 500 plus 50. So new income is this one. And her expenditure increases by 12%. So expenditure increases by 12%. 300 is already expenditure. In 12% increase in expenditure will come as 336. So what percentage does the saving increase? So the new income, new saving will become new income minus new expenditure. So 550 minus 336 equal to 214. So this is the newer saving, which was an increment of 14 from earlier saving was 200, now it is 214. So increase in income, therefore increase in saving will be 14. So increase in saving divided by original saving into 100, that is 7%. Now coming to next question. Regularity in solving mathematics is the key to success in civil services aptitude paper. So solve the questions, even if it is very easy, just keep on solving, because this is the way you will be able to solve them in the examination hall itself. Question number 7. What is 20% of 30% of 40%? What is 20% of 30% of 40%? This is a very simple question. You don't have to make much. What is 20% of 30% of 40%? So 20 divided by 100 is 20% of 30%. 30 by 100 of 40%. 20% of 30% of 40% will be this much. 5. This is 5 and 2. So it means 12. 12 by 5. So it will be 24 by 10, 2.4%. This will be the 2.4%. You have to convert 40%. It will be ultimately 2.4%. 20% of 30% of 40%. Just do the things. Of means 2 into and 40%. Of means multiplication. And it becomes 2.4%. Now next question. Question number 8. In a market survey, 20% opted for product B. In a market survey, students, kindly give attention because it is for you and therefore you must pay the required attention. You. In a market survey, 20% opted for product B. The remaining individuals were uncertain. The remaining individuals were uncertain. If the difference between those who opted for product B and those who were uncertain was 720. Then how many individuals were covered in the survey? Then how many individuals were covered in the survey? In a market survey, 20% opted for product B and the remaining were uncertain. if the difference between those who opted for product B and those who were uncertain was 720, then how many individuals were covered in the survey? So 20% opted for product B. So remaining individuals were uncertain. And it means 80% people were uncertain. If the difference between those who opted for product B and those who were uncertain was 720, it means difference of 80% minus 20% is equal to 720. Simple. It means 60% is equal to 720. Then how many individuals were covered in the survey? It means 100%. 1% will be 720 divided by 60, that is 12. So 100% people in the survey will be 1200. So 1200 people were covered in the survey. Got you? Did you catch the point? 20% opted product B, remaining individuals uncertain. So how many? What was the percentage of uncertain people? 80%. So the difference of 80% and 20% comes to 60%. 60% of the total people surveyed is 720. So 1% will be 12. 100% will be 1200. This is how you will calculate quickly in the examination hall. Next question. Mathematics is attention. It is common sense. Question number 9. Of the total amount received by of the total amount received by Kiran, 20% was spent on purchases. 20% was spent on purchases and 5% of the remaining on transportation, and 5% of the remaining on transportation. If he is left with rupees 1520, the initial amount was of the total amount received by Kiran, 20% was spent on purchases and 5% of the remaining on transportation. If he is left with rupees 1520, the initial amount was, let the initial amount was X. So 20% was spent on purchase. Expenditure on purchase will be 20% means 1 by 5. It means X by 5. Expenditure on purchase will be 20%. 20% is equal to 20% is equal to 1 by 5. 20 by 100 is equal to 1 by 5. So purchase and 5% of the remaining on transportation. The remaining amount will be X minus X by 5, that is 4X by 5 Now 5% of the remaining on transportation. So transportation, expenditure on purchase, expenditure on transportation. Transportation will be 4x divided by 5%. 5% means 1 by 20. So it will be 5 and it is 25. So x by 25. This is the expenditure. So expenditure on transportation is x by 25. Total expenditure will be x by 5 divided plus x by 25. It means 25 and 5x plus x in 6x by 25. 6x by 25. So the remaining amount left. So total expenditure is this much. Total expenditure is this one, and initial amount was x. So amount left will be x minus 6x by 5. Understood? So it will be 19x divided by 25. It means 19x. Now the 19x divided by 25 is equal to 1520. So x is equal to 1520 into 25 by 19. It will be 8. It will be 8. 8. So 80. It will be 80. 19. Yes, it is 80. 80 into 2000. So initial amount was 2000. So correct answer will be this 2000. I believe every candidate student must be understanding these things, because these are very simple things and I have solved in a very simple manner. Question number 10. Question number 10. If A is 37.5% more than B, if A is 37.5% more than B, by what percent is B less than A? If A is 37.5% more than B, by what percent is B less than A? Suppose B is 100. So A will be 100. 37.5% more than B. So A will be 137.5. Now by what percent B is less than A? B is less than A 37.5. This is the B is less than A by 37.5. So this much we have to calculate. B is by what percent B is less than A? B is less than A by 37.5. So by what percent B is less than A? Sorry. By what percent B is less than A? It means we will have to calculate delta B by A, means how much B is less in comparison to A. So this will be 137 divided by 137.5 into 100. 375 by 1375 into 100. This will be the correct answer. You can solve this then according to the option, because in many times if when you find such types of calculation, you should not start calculating, you should look at the options. You might be options like this also. So just wait, and if you can easily solve this and come out with the correct answer. So this is the this is sufficient for the for today's mathematics classes. And I once more emphasize, practice is the basic requirement of civil services aptitude, because you all know how to solve these questions, but the real challenge is to solve them timely and correctly. And timely and correctly you can solve only when you solve it on a daily basis. Kindly solve the questions. If you are not able to solve them, go through the solutions and finally get it done. I know you are all bright students. All students in Patna Sahib Singh Pathshala are bright students. They are hard-working students and they are smart students. Therefore, you should go extra mile. Going extra mile demands extra steps, and those extra steps are to get the wrongly answered questions correct. And this is how you will transform yourself from a aspirant to a finally selected candidate. Go ahead. Good luck.